Hello, Twitch. Welcome in, everyone. How are we this fine Sunday? Or Monday, what have you. Hi, Bun Buns. Coffee's already over here. I ran out with 4 minutes on the timer and not sure if I was going to make it back in time. Got a new package in the mail that got delivered just as I was getting ready to start. So we got some kettle fishing for our squid ink dinner towards the end of the month. Yeah, I think you just tried to do it a bit too early, Bun Buns. You needed to let Twitch warm up to the fact that I was live. Oh, thank you. Oh, hush, doggy. How is everyone this lovely Sunday? I've had a pretty good day. Pretty good day. Not very eventful, but I had a pretty good day. Welcome in, Kip. Time for caffeine. Time to get that jolt. Actually, I'm still sort of fighting the whole caffeine dependency levels thing. I shocked myself for a couple days there. I have these tall boys. I really should just get rid of them. These tall boys of yerba mate, which yerba mate is great, but they're like 300 plus milligrams of caffeine. And I drink one of those, and I either got to drink another one the next day or I'm falling asleep. And I've fallen asleep 2 days in a row now. So we'll be doing some pull-apart rolls again, since I'm somewhat in love with this recipe, and keep doing this one. But this time, instead of doing 2 rolls or a 4 set, I think I'm actually going to try and do this into 6 for sliders this time. I'm still debating whether I want to try and keep them freeform rolls, or if I want to, say, pack them into this little guy, which is not a giant. But I think actually the recipe I did last time that gave me 2 nice rolls there probably do a good job of giving me a nice set of 6 ones. Sliders. Thanks, my mom gave it to me. Unfortunately, the larger one of it was a 2-set, the Crusette, and the larger one cracked on me, unfortunately, but I still have the smaller one. Cooking turkey for Thanksgiving last year, the year before, something like that. I had did a roulade with wrapping the chicken in its own skin in a form, and then I had sous vide that, and I was roasting it at a high heat in the oven, and I guess it was just too much for the pan. Welcome in, folks. Happy Sunday. It actually wasn't too bad because it pretty cleanly broke. I was able to trust the... I trusted the turkey. I ended up eating most of the turkey. But yeah, it was not a fun experience at the same time. The rest of the meal was great. Great Thanksgiving. So what do I want to start with here first? I think I want to start with the bread first. Take some of this nice warm water from our coffee kettle and get it going. I have an unwanted guest on my cutting board here. Which, you see how nice and beautiful my board's looking today? After that waxing on yesterday and letting it sit overnight. That board's just so happy right now. No, it's upcoming thing, Thursday, Kip. So you're upcoming Friday, I think. Yep. The 25th. So we're still pretty warm there, but I think that's going to do nicely to warm up our half and half. A little olive oil. And a sprinkle of sugar. And that should hopefully make our yeast very happy. Okay, over here we're going to add a cup and a half of flour. Hey Lexi, welcome in. Yeah, I gotta figure out my emotes now that I got a bunch more. I had just figured out that I had the emotes for followers to realize that, oh hey, Twitch is giving everyone a ton of emotes now. Which I think they're having a little PR issue with their whole code being stolen and all. Okay, what else am I throwing in here? Let's do a little dried oregano and thyme in with the liquid so that they can hydrate a little bit. Salt in with our flour because salt and yeast do not like each other. That's not true. Salt doesn't care about yeast. It just kills yeast. It's indiscriminate in its killing. Yeah. Not to get into talking about guns too much, but there There is such a thing here in the States called an assault rifle. It's a salt shooting gun for bugs. It's like the dad joke of guns. Should I add some pepper or leave it without? Ooh, battle already. First one usually shocks me, because, I mean, it's only 15 minutes into me actually streaming. Dash of pepper. You got it. I can be convinced of that. Wow, that was quick. Grab the pepper shaker and it's over. Inchby getting the kills. Had Mama Bear getting the gold along with Inchby getting a couple scrolls. Hello, Miss Lisa Face. Welcome in. We'll do warrior. Hey, Falconhofer. So we're still waiting on our yeast here, although I do have a pretty good indication that is alive. Oh yeah, that yeast is alive, but let's give it one more moment just to really waken up there. You can see the foam sort of rising up on the spatula there. It's a foaming. That is quite rude. Wakey, wakey, yeasty. Alright, we'll give that another good mix up here. And then pour this into our mixture over here. And then folding once we are able to fold, once we combine it enough that we can fold it here. Actually feeling a little bit drier with this mixture tonight. Yeah, I'll give this a little proper kneading. It's behaving. Which makes me think it's maybe a bit dry. Hey Rice Valley, welcome back. We'll allow that to hang out for a bit longer. Put the lid on that and let that proof. Should proof about double. While we're playing around with other things. I think next step here is going to be marinating some turkey. It's amazing how prime and perfect they can make it look these days. It's, at the same time, it's sort of disgusting because what in nature is uniform? I honestly believe that humans' desire for the same thing over and over again, or that, you know, being able to produce this exactly the same object is one of the worst things in food. Whether it's the restaurant industry, whether it's all the way through it. another friend now. Get out of here. Wow, that just like suctioned to my board. Guess I didn't really need the board and knife here to just dump that in a bowl. But that's what happened. Garlic. Onion. Yellow mustard. Thyme. Dried thyme. Heavy dose of cayenne. We'll do a bit of paprika too. There are so many different recipes for fudge. I wouldn't know for sure what you've done and what can be done to save it, maybe. In most cases, well, in most cases, recooking it, you can get it back, but at the same time, you don't really want to recook it. Soy sauce. Worcestershire. Worcestershire. Dope. Yeah, because if it's not setting, it's because the sugar probably wasn't up to proper temp. But that's if you're going with like a traditional fudge. There's so many other fudges now that they do it so many other ways. Hey, Pew. Happy Sunday. Another lovely Formula One race today. It was a goodie. There's tires popping everywhere. Okay, I think we're good there. We're just gonna allow that to hang out. Oh, I gotta add some pepper and MSG there. But we got the soy sauce, so I'm not gonna add salt. I mean, regardless of what people think of Alonso, whether he should be in a seat or not anymore, it's nice to see him get a podium. I think he's maybe worthy of the, what is it, third person over 40 to get a podium. And especially the way he helped out Ocon earlier this year. Yeah, Lewis just sort of ran away with that one. It was like right out from the gate. Alright, see ya. I'm out. Got a feel for like Norris and Danny Rick. They've had now 2 races in a row that I think they've had some bad luck. What else from this? Schumacher beat the Williams, although granted, both of them popped tires. That's sort of a sad note. If it's, you know, you can congratulate someone for beating a team that both popped tires, but I feel like Haas is in that position right now. I saw Norris was live for the last one. He had some announcers or something on there, which is cool. I've also noticed that Formula One is streaming it, but only in certain markets where I couldn't see it in the US. But Formula One has a Twitch channel too, by the way. Maybe internationally, maybe you can see it, but not here for me. But then again, I have F1 TV. I pay for F1 TV because I don't pay for TV. So we're gonna allow that to hang out. Do I want to add... No, maybe we'll do that with the buns tonight. Coleslaw, I think, is our next project here. Take a couple of leaves off here to use for garnish on our sliders and to clean up bottoms there. But that also allows us to use our greener cabbage leaves for the sandwich and the rest for the coleslaw. Yeah, there you go, Bun Buns. Some real food for a bunny. That ought to be enough for our sliders. Yeah, it's still fine. It's a little thick, but... Let's clean up our chicken mess over here, or our turkey mess. It definitely does. Okay, so we got our meat marinating, we got our bread proofing. Time to make some slaw. Just get these off the board. Chopping this one backwards. Not supposed to chop it this way, it's easier the other way. Like this. So the angle of the cabbage goes with the angle of the knife. To our battle. To battle. Oh. Ooh. My apologies. Boo. We're gonna have to try that one again. Can't use my berserker yet either. I'll go with warrior again, but from this side this time. Excuse me one sec. Okay. So we'll see how we do here in 30 minutes. And we'll go back to chopping some cabbage. This is where we're at so far with our cabbage. I don't want to set it down on the board right now, but wow, my sinuses are going nuts here. I think I'm gonna go get an allergy pill. I'll be right back. I hate this new trend where they take a perfectly good rubber band and wrap a sticker around it so it's impossible to get off. Just leave me the rubber band. I'll actually reuse it maybe. I'll at least save it. Actually need a little bit more for that. Yup. Lots of green onion tonight. Using a whole bunch in tonight's dinner. So this is garnished for on top of our sliders. This is going to be garnished for the mayo I'm making for with this. Let's see how our bread's doing here, if it's growing out of the container yet. Oh, it's poofed up a little bit. It's not quite as active as it was the other night. I am. In fact, I'm making one mayo and splitting it into two projects. Although I just realized I probably don't have a ton of oil for that project. We'll see. We will see. I keep forgetting to buy oil. My nose keeps itching. Okay, now the rest is just going in the coleslaw. The green I'm using for more garnishing like things, like putting in the mayo and mixing with the garnish on top. The rest of the actual like onion I'm putting into interesting. Sort of think of squirrels as being, you know, a little more than nuts. I mean, certainly all I see them ever do is dig holes and put things in there and forget that they're there. That's awesome. It's amazing what we've learned about animals just in my lifetime. It's astonishing. The pet costume. Or no, I'm probably remembering this wrong, so I'm not going to repeat that. But the industry for dog toys, at least, including costumes, is over $500 billion at this point, worldwide. It's quite ridiculous. Do you have a motorcycle outfit for him, or for going in the stroller? Little bottom of the bag nastiness on that carrot there. Using a more Chinese style of julienning my carrot here. Although I've sort of messed it up by cutting it longer than they do normally. But this is why, if we angled this, we'd get those sort of type carrots you find. Something along that line. I'm liking how those turned out though. I think I'm going to try and repeat that for this one. It's a little awkward cutting at an angle though. My type of coleslaw. Whatever I put in there. But this is more like you would find in like a stir fry or something you'd find from a Chinese restaurant as far as how they julienne their carrots. They're a little bit shorter in the way I did it there, but that same sort of angled corners and varied length. You'd never find a cut like this in French cuisine because it's too imperfect. It's too... Whereas, as I see it, most Chinese techniques are very efficient, very purpose-driven, and that's the way to get an efficient julienne using all of the carrot versus the French way, which is squared up and squared up again and then squared up again and throw away the scraps. What else do we want to add in here? What else do I got in the kitchen? Oh, hey. Here's that apple I forgot to put in the fruit salad. Why does it do that? For some reason, sometimes the bot doesn't want to scroll up, show me what actually happened there. Miss Lisa Face, I highly suggest the next time you want to make... Actually, let me think about this one. Let me give you a good one. That's an easy one. That's a no-brainer. You should always leave the cores in on your apples. It's perfectly edible. I mean, I know people that eat the whole apple, but it's perfect in all of your dishes. And you should always use all of it. Seeds and all. Yeah, no need to cook that sugar. Your product's going to be fine without it. Just mix the chocolate in. Nice. That sounds awesome. All sorts of caramel in there. I mean, it's not like the Chex isn't going to absorb all that. Oh, that's sugar for you. Sugar loves to bubble. And it's sticky, so it makes lots of them. Lots of salt. So now the salt's gonna do its job of starting to pull moisture out of everything there. It's starting to make our sauce in the bottom. And that's why I'm gonna make a sort of thicker mayo sauce that I mix to this, because that dressing liquid on bottom, that liquid on bottom is gonna mix and is going to create a much runnier, more traditional, like, get it out of a bucket style coleslaw. Yeah, we're gonna have a soggy bottom on our coleslaw. Let's see how our bread is doing. That's continuing to poof up nicely. I'm gonna give that a little bit longer. We'll start working on making some mayo here. I generally do a combo myself, bun buns. I will use a little nice olive oil. I'm going to use entirely olive oil tonight because it's what I got in the house. I got it for cheap. But I would do some for flavor. But in terms of price, do some cheap oil too that isn't offensive to your palate, whether that's sunflower or canola or corn. Whatever you like the taste. Now, obviously the oil sellers are going to tell you want to use all good fancy oil for that. There's a couple of oil vendors at the farmers markets here in Sonoma. And they'll be like, yeah, I use this oil to fry with. And to, it's sort of like, okay, yeah, I'm going to use, artisan, small batch oil to fry with or to saute with. We got our yolk there separated out. baby whisk. Not sure what's going on here with that grinder. It got really loose for a moment there and then tightened right back up. Babish has claimed to fame a tiny whisk. Do I want to do salt at this point? Oh well, we'll do some salt. Our battle's ready. I didn't notice that. Let's do our battle. See if we do a little better this round. Yeah, an emulsion whisk. Yeah. Victory. Victory! They're handy, but they wouldn't work well with something like this. I mean, they're working on the same premise as this bad boy right here that I use for my coffee all the time. That's nothing but a small little spring that's vibrating. But most of the ones that I have seen like that do not work with small amounts. They work great with large amounts. There's two types of them too, and I don't know which one you're talking about either, because there's one that's round like this, and then there's one that's actually like an uncoiled spring that you can do this action with. I'm not gonna buy one of those. The ones that you do the up and down action with actually are pretty good for doing with small amounts. Do I want to go vinegar?
Let's do hot sauce.
Which, you know, vinegar with peppers. Let's use up the last of this. Well, I'm not going to use up the last of it for this, but let's hit that with a little Frank's. Maybe the last of that. And let's do a little Tabasco too. Yeah, exactly. And I forgot I'm still on the screen for Stream Raiders. Oh, we got Rom Evoid, Romeo Void, and Entropy. Getting the gold there. Buns Entropy. Nice pickup. Bit Redemption used the spring whisk. Alright, back to whisking mayo. Adding hot sauce to our egg and oil here to thin it out slightly. Even though I haven't added that much oil, it started thickening up right quick. Speaking of that, I'm thinking of redoing my sub alert. I have an idea of what I want to do. It's more of a question if I can find someone to help me out with the project. That being one of a couple of particular people in mind. Well, that's for people to find out in the future. It's no fun if I reveal it before it's a thing. Is it? You see, this way I get to build suspense without... What's that one? I don't recognize that one. Also, I need emote suggestions. Stuff I'm not going to get in trouble for. There is a channel in the Discord I've fulfilled a fair number of people's suggestions already. The snowman was someone's suggestion. The cast iron was sort of someone's suggestion that I took and ran with. Oh, is he the dude that... I think I know who that is. I think I've seen him. Hands getting rough. Don't get old, people. Your hands start to hurt. Little apple cider vinegar in there. Should loosen things up nicely. I have so much more I want to add to this for the coleslaw. Oh, I should put my eggs away. Don't need those hanging out on the counter. Start preheating the oven for our bread. And that's why I was going up here. I was considering adding wine instead of the vinegar. Twist off cap yet again. Another light white is a Viognier, which I'm probably butchering the name of, but it is a light, and as I remember, typically it's a dry wine, but on the sweeter end of a dry wine that works well with some spicy stuff. Nice golden hay color there. Coffee time for you? Awesome. get that go-go juice. Hey, car guy, welcome in. Working on making our dressing for tonight. Yeah, he did. Got himself a podium above 40. I was talking about that a bit earlier. Pretty good race today. It's interesting. Got some tire popping, got some people in unexpected places. Though, I mean, Lewis basically just took off and was like, peace, see ya. But at the same time, Max, both of them were in a league of their own this entire race. Where did Alonso start? He started third. He qualified great. He had a great weekend. Ocon helped him out a bit. Sort of maybe somewhat trying to pay back that defense that Alonso helped him with when he got his podium. He started third, although he started on softs while Max and Lewis started on mediums. And so his hope was to jump ahead of both of them. And he almost got Max. Max came back on the second turn and definitely put his elbows out. I think we're decently thick enough now. I mean, if I wanted it as a straight mayo, that'd be a bit thin, but for using it as a dressing, I think we're there. Oh, I take that back. Alonso wouldn't have been third. He would have been fifth or sixth, depending on penalties. Because 3 people got penalties at the end of qualifying. At the end of qualifying, you had Bottas, Perez, Verstappen. A number of people got penalties because they didn't pay attention to the yellow flags. Well, I added that honey and that thinned it out too much for me. Yeah, you want to see how you make it white? I'm not planning on doing that, but I could. It's not just the yolk making this yellow, it's the hot sauce too. And the honey. The honey's giving it the gloss. How do you? You add water. Not even gonna mix it. Just gonna let it sit there for a moment. Can already see the color difference. You can see exactly where the water hit the egg. Science! It's science! Trying to get this back to a thick liquid here. Dumping quite a bit of oil in here to do it. Now we're back to about where we were before. Sticking in the whisk once again. Holds a nice texture. So I'm going to toss that now. But I think I made the demonstration of how you turn mayo white. Not as well as I should. I know people that are much more knowledgeable about it than I am. Sort of at my limits here, I'd sort of like defer to them at the beyond this point. Oh hey, our oven's up to temp. Maybe I should start shaping some bread. Let's hold off on finishing our mayo. Let's get our bread going here next. We'll give this a nice toss up though to make sure everything's staying nice and moist. We gotta keep those sliced apples from getting too brown in there. Now for that fun time when it comes to proofing bread. Alton does a pretty good job with his shows. I've found him in recent years to be a little too adsy, a little too. And I haven't watched food TV in a decade. As soon as the cooking channel became a thing, everything that was decent as far as actual food and cooking went to the cooking channel, which was a premium over food TV. So we got our nicely smooth bread now, nice and rested. We're going to section this off into, after I roll it a little bit here, just to get the size right. And that also goes along with Alton Brown has absolutely become like a pawn for Food Network. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it has made me sour on him a little bit. Yeah, I figured it was the water creating the whiteness, but as far as... there's more science to it than just that. Like, that's how candy is white. is it folded upon itself and upon itself and upon itself. It could be red candy, it could be purple candy. You fold it on top of itself and trap enough air in it, it's gonna be white. If you're not catching what I'm doing here, I'm essentially pinching these until the sort of cut sections are tied into the inside, trying to wrap this sort of outer triangle around the rest of it. And then putting that on the bottom of the board with our nice taut bottom, and rolling that in a circular pattern, pinching with this side, the heel of my hand, in order to pull it tighter and tighter into a tighter and tighter ball. No worries, Bun Bun. I realized it was a serious answer. As long as it's a serious answer, who cares how long it is? It's not spam. Spam is useless, taking up space. That's info, that's science. That's knowledge. People can use that. True Baker would be doing 2 of these at once. Yeah, the dual hand action going. Roll on, roll off. Very good thing. I never think to make them, but that's something I should put on my list to do someday. Nice, light, fluffy. Often paired with something incredibly heavy, umami, and fatty, like pork belly. Still not sure how I want to do this. I think I'm going to try and do it freeform. I think I'm going to put them on the pan here and try and space them out just right so that they proof together and then bake and connect. So this is what we're hoping is going to proof and connect. It's a half sheet pan if anyone's familiar with sizes here. Hopefully these will proof up and roughly double in size, and then they'll slightly puff up a little bit more in the oven So hopefully they're just touching for our sandwiches. I'm gonna put these on top of the stove here, where they'll get a little heat from that exhaust over here. Hopefully not too much. In the meantime, we'll go back to playing with mayo. I don't know if this is... Oh, that'll work for this. I don't need this. It's too much. Remember when I said I was going to split this in two? We're splitting this in two now. So that is going to be on top of our sliders. Battle's ready. So I'm going to add a bit of extra seasoning into this batch, this part. I'm also going to add a bit extra Tabasco in there. Just to spice things up. Since we're dealing with the... And I didn't say much about the wine, but that is what we're drinking here tonight. Nice and light. Dry wine, sweeter side of a dry wine. Okay, so that's going on our sandwiches. And this is going on our coleslaw. Little buttermilk powder, which will thicken that up a little bit. Why not? I put some mustard powder in there too, but little Dijon. Little Dijon. And on to our battle. Chess battle. We get enough rogues out there? Uh-oh. Rogue only made it to the second or third chest there. Archers are very handy in these new maps. With these walls all over the place. They're able to just pelt things. I'm sure they're getting a ton more points than they used to. And they used to be powerful before. I mean, I started off playing archers on like every map I played. Who's gonna get the gold? You got Relax with the assists there. Inchby picking up the 200 gold. Bun Buns with the scrolls. I think we're gonna go up here. Get that extra chest. Means an extra battle, but put my warrior out there. This one's looking like it's gonna be good for ranged. It's gonna be good for high damage. I wouldn't really suggest rogues on this one. I don't see a ton of archers. Now, we got some rangers there, but yeah, I'd go range and damage. So berserkers, high damage warriors, and yeah, archers. Maybe a musketeer or two. Back to Mayo Land. Alright, is there anything left that I want to throw in this mayo before I toss it with our coleslaw? Let's try it. That'd be a smart idea, wouldn't it? Sweet, oily, with an umami kick in the background, and that green onion's helping nicely. I think that's ready to go. I don't know what that really means, Bun Bun. I don't know what your other items are at. I don't know if that's high, if that's low for you. Max level on at least the captain stuff is 30. Not sure if that's the same cap for players or that's just captain. Now for some more coleslaw tossing. You folks seem to love it when I toss my coleslaw. This time it's gonna seem to shrink. It's all gonna stick together with all that lovely sweetened mayo in there. Yeah, that's looking yummy. See if we need more pepper, more salt. Good on the salt. Perhaps almost on the heavy side. Oil's good, acid's good, sweet's good. Bitter from the cabbage isn't bad. Yeah, I think we're pretty good there. Oh, I've always loved coleslaw. I've always been a coleslaw junkie. I sort of want to put these just slightly closer. No worries, Buns. Give that a toss in that oil and vinegar and salt and pepper. Mix that green onion and cabbage together. So we need 6 burgers out of this. Mini burgers. Mini turkey balls. I'm gonna smash down into the pan. Keep wanting to wash my hands. Coated in turkey. It's sort of funny how you can see the progression. I mean, it doesn't seem like the dough is moving much, but you can see which side I started rolling first. Grilling, no, I'm just gonna pan sear them. Pan sear them and cook them through since we're dealing with poultry. But I am waiting on these rolls to be ready to go in the oven before I do that. Otherwise, we're pretty much set for tonight. We got our mayo going for our buns. We got our salad for on top of our sliders. We've got our slaw, which I'm tempted to keep eating. And then from here, since it's going to be impossible to move this all as one bunch, I'll cheat. Cheat, you say? How? Now we got individual patties. You can slap them down. You can smush them down flat. In a nice hot pan. Switching to buying my own parchment was one of the best decisions I made for my home kitchen. I use parchment for so many things. I mean, it's dirt cheap, so it's not like you're wasting a ton of money. I mean, it's probably not great putting silicone paper out in the world. But it's not like I'm weed whacking. What about foil? Foil, I get iffy with the acidity. And while I wouldn't be worried about turkey on foil, maybe there's some of the other stuff that I put in there I would be worried about it. I generally just shy away from foil, actually, at this point. It's great for covering up stuff if you're going to put it in the oven. But even then, commercially, I wouldn't recommend anyone in the home kitchen to do this. It's probably not great for you. But something that I've seen done in the industry all the time is we'll wrap something with plastic wrap and then put foil over the top of that. And then cook it at temps that they're not worried about the plastic. But, I mean, anything over 170, you're worried about dioxins. But commercial industry doesn't care. They care about bottom dollar. And so many times you would see, if you're cooking, if you're doing something steamer-wise, rice or something like that, that was always, all the time in banquets. And I'm talking resorts, commercial. Yeah. That's also a good reason why I'm probably not in the industry right now. My last business, it just destroyed me with that. Like, the number of hoops that I jumped through and the number of things I did to be, above the law, to be following the letter of the law, to be the safe and sanitary operation the state is said on paper they want. To be working next to people that didn't care. It's really sad how much of the business and laws in this state boil down to who you know and what connections you got. Yeah. In the same way that, the bottom dollar is a major problem, it's the same for government. I mean, the people that were supposed to be keeping these people in line, in check, showing up and actually doing inspections, which they weren't. They're trying to focus on, the big dollar items like, major dairy operations here and stuff like that. And they sort of like turn a blind eye to the fact of all these small businesses. I think they're helping them out by, turning a blind eye towards small things, but it doesn't. You have, I mean, it's not the way it's set up in law. It's not the way it's done according to state law. But the way Sonoma health departments have interpreted the law, they essentially deputize their farmers market managers to point out problems. And the problem there is market managers are paid by the stalls. Like they're gonna go out and rat out the people that are paying their wage. And on top of it, whenever they do show up, those managers who are working for us, not for the state, go around and tell us, hey, they're coming. Clean up. Completely negating the idea that it's supposed to be a surprise check. Yep. It's true in most things. I mean, the dollar, whatever the dollar is, controls the game. Ooh, we're getting some connecting going on with our proofing. We got some buns touching. If you're curious why I keep rotating that and turning that, is because the heat that it's getting off of the oven, I'm sure is helping the proofing, is helping that yeast along. And so I'm rotating it in order to get the warm air evenly over the whole set of rolls. What'd you used to teach? And cheers to you too. Trying to educate our people. Something more people should aspire to do. Awesome. Playing with the kiddos. Basic beginning stuff. I mean, I say playing with the kiddos, but honestly, I honestly feel that the younger education, the earliest education, the beginning education, the education before you even get to like public education, is probably the most important education for a child. That's awesome. And so for our buns, we can move these off the board now. I'm going to try something different with our buns. We're going to go McDonald's style tonight. Do you prefer it when the buns touch buns? So, milk. Or rather half and half, but milk will work too. Oh wow, I thought Chef JT was an abbreviation of my name. No, that's an abbreviation. You can tell what I'm adding yet? I don't know, is it large enough on screen? Nope. Captain Num Num. Competing songs. Welcome, Raiders. Thank you for that raid. Welcome in. What were we streaming tonight? What were y'all coming from? Excuse me. Welcome. I'm Jason. I cook here normally on Twitch. Normally 3 days a week. Maybe gonna be 4 days a week in 2022. And we're doing every day of this month other than the day before and after Thanksgiving. Tonight we're doing foods from New World. We're doing turkey sliders with some tarragon and some other loveliness going on here. Working on making our buns here. We're just about to the point that I'm going to throw these in the oven. They've been proofed, they've been rounded, they've been proofed a second time, and we're ready to throw those in. We've got milk over the top along with sesame seeds. And so this is just a enriched dough, so there's some dairy in there along with our traditional yeast dough. This is going into a 400-degree oven. And we're going to take a look at those in about 15 minutes. To go along with that, I've made up some coleslaw earlier. Made up the dressing for my coleslaw. And that's lovely. Keep trying to stop me from eating that. We got some cabbage and green onion that I'm going to use as a garnish on top of our sliders. This has been mixed with a little salt, pepper, oil, and vinegar. And then when I was making my mayo for the coleslaw dressing, I split off some of the mayo, added some hot sauce, some chipotle, some other more spicier things, and that's going to be our mayo for our sliders. Welcome, Captain Num Num. What were we streaming tonight? Welcome in. GTA 5. Nice. Nice. Appreciate the raid. Thank you for that. Also drinking a nice Viognier. This is a North Coast AVA wine, which means essentially it comes from the grapes that are in this bottle come from the 6 northern. There's a couple counties north of this, but the main 6 wine counties in California. So you have Lake Mendocino, Sonoma, Napa, Marin, and Solano in this bottle, potentially. If I can get this fruit fly out of it. Get out of my wine, bug. There, I just saved your life. Should I kill you? Hey, New York Slice. Welcome back. How goes it? How goes the New York Slice? This is a dry wine, but it's a sweet, dry wine. And I figured the spice that I've got going, I got some decent spice in my turkey slider meat here that's already been marinated. And we got that on parchment here ready to go and slam in the pan. Actually, probably a good time to get our pan heating up. margarita. Nice. What kind of wine? Something special or just a daily drinker? Man, I adjusted these and made it so that the apron was hanging a little bit lower on me. Now my strap wants to fall off my shoulder now. Nice. I also missed the battle being ready again. I don't know, maybe I'm just ignoring the sound, or maybe I'm not hearing it? I don't know. But we're doing Stream Raiders here. If you're unfamiliar, you're welcome to join in. 12 allies versus 34 enemies. Do have all sorts of ranged here. This could be rough. Our melee taking out the... Victory! Victory! Relax, getting those kills. Volney, getting the assists. Buns and Entropy running away with the rewards. We're gonna go back down because we're killing the bugs. We wanted the chest, but we're going back down for the bugs. Oh, let's see if I got some quests to redeem here. Oh, all sorts of quests to redeem here. All sorts of goodies. And all sorts of upgrades, too. Alright, back to our board here. We got our pan starting to smoke back here. Smoking all on its own, which means it is rocking hot. Add a bit of oil in the pan, since we're working with low-fat turkey. And we'll do these one at a time. Hey, Lexi. We're cooking turkey burgers. Turkey sliders, turkey burgers. Awesome. Excuse me. Apologize for the coughing. We're working with, we're making ground turkey sliders tonight. I've got the bread in the oven right now. We're working on searing our first pan-seared turkey slider. We've got our topping for on our sliders, which is a combination of green cabbage, green onion, salt, pepper, olive oil, and vinegar. We've got a homemade mayo with some heat in there. And then we're going to serve that with our coleslaw that I made earlier on, which is green cabbage, carrot, green onion, my own homemade olive oil, based mayo, sweetened with honey, some vinegar, some other acid in there. You're probably going to have to go through the VOD. I have a horrible memory if you want to know all the ingredients going with this. But there's a lot of umami in there. There's a lot of savoriness in there, along with our cabbage. And then we've got, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. That was the wrong button to push there. There we go. And then we got the sliders. Which we do want to make sure we're cooking through since we're dealing with poultry here. Do want to make sure we hit that 165. Here's hoping, buns. Here's hoping. I was really hopeful to find... I couldn't find it in the store today. I didn't go searching around a bunch of other places to find it. I probably could have found it if I went to other locations. But I really wanted to do some, like, spicy sprouts with this. Because one of the things that I've discovered in the last, like, 5-10 years, as far as ingredients I absolutely love, are, like, radish sprouts. Radish sprouts, daikon sprouts, sort of radish sprouts anyways, but they're spicy, like, almost like wasabi. And they add a great kick to things. I think they would be great on this burger. Put that off to the side and start a second one here. Fun Buns, we get it. You're a rabbit. You like cabbage. I'm kidding. Nice, I appreciate that. Thank you, New Orange Slices, Mom. I don't know if you can tell on stream or not, but I do have this area like over the center of the flame. Oh, it's quite smelly. It's smelling quite lovely in here right now. It's a little smoky, but it's quite lovely smelling. Yes, the door is closed. We're not going to get any smoke alarms going off. Oh, it's happened many times before, Bun Buns. I've just gotten more conscious about it since you've been around. You've missed it. There might actually be a clip of one of them. There might be a clip of one of them. Might as well open the window here a little bit, though. You know, why not? Let the neighbors in on the stream. Actually, it just sounds like me talking randomly by myself to them because the music's only in my ear. Ooh, let's check our bread. I'm gonna give that a couple minutes longer. That needs a little more browning. How long to cook for? Just a couple minutes. Make sure they're cooked through. They're relative. I'm squeezing them pretty thin. Or if you're talking the bread's been in there for 15 minutes. Giving it another 5, so we're going at 20. But 20 after opening the oven door, so it has cooled down in that oven. Nah, I'd say it's more of a dinner thing. But if you're unfamiliar, if you're welcome in, if you're unfamiliar, I'm doing foods and replicating foods from the game New World. And so tonight's, to give you an idea of what we're roughly trying to copy here tonight, is, oh come on, capture, there we go, are these. I'm making my own buns, I'm making my own, that's looking more loose cut chicken, but we're doing turkey burgers. This is definitely more of a dinner item, especially with the wine. Oil in our last burger going in. I try to put it off to the side, it just gets to the center before I can get to it. I am drinking a white wine from Klein Vineyards, which is a Sonoma vineyard. I live in Sonoma County. And so this is a North Coast wine, which, if you're not familiar, California has, or the U.S. has AVAs. And so saying that this is a North Coast wine means that the grapes for this wine come from the Northern Coast region, which is counting 6 counties. So this is a much more of a blend some other ones. It's probably seen grapes from several counties around the area. But Klein is a family vineyard. I've been there, I've tasted there. And this is a tasty wine, it's a good job, but it's not their specialty. It's a dry wine, but it's sweeter for a dry wine. Goes well with spicy, lighter dishes, you know, like seafood and heat, or like this, light poultry with some heat. There we go. There's our sesame seed slider buns. Those are looking nice. I'm happy with those. Happy with those. Oh, the crickets. Yeah, not exciting. Crickets, buns. Welcome in, Blazing Tree. Apologize for not catching you there. Buns. Think about the smell of fish food. If you've ever given fish food out to someone like that, now imagine that as a flavor. If you're able to do that, that's what crickets taste like. I want to give these buns a minute to rest here before we get into finishing making them. I mean, we're pretty much ready here, though. Love my cast irons. I've got three of those. I've got a stew pot with a lid, and I've got a grill pan. Join us. We're not really a cult. We just call ourselves one. I don't know how readily apparent it is on the stream or on camera, but this is loosening up. The dressing on this is loosening up with the salted cabbage, losing it. Absolutely. That is some lovely coleslaw that I hand cut on stream tonight. Just like this. This is hand cut. Knife, baby. That's all you need. Wow, that pan's still rocking. The heat's off, but that pan is still rocking. Turn the heat back on our pan here. Get some toasting action going. My suggestion to you is search antique shops, junk shops. I mean, some of them, yeah, will know what they're worth and will price them up. But if you can find yourself a properly seasoned, aged pan, that's going to be a heck of a lot better of a product than one of these factory ones with the factory cure on it that you're basically going to have to re-cure anyways. That sort of thing. I have no trust of putting something on Amazon and like, okay, that's going to be a good knife. Like, I have no trust of that. I want to go to a store and feel the balance of it. I mean, I'm not too worried about how sharp a blade is, because I can sharpen it myself. But I want it to be of a durable steel. I want it to be made in a nice construction. And most of that stuff you can't tell online. It's sort of like produce. I don't trust Whole Foods for produce either. I'll order stuff online and get that, like, you know, advantage of, you know, just pull up and throw it in your car and move on. But when it comes to produce, I want to pick that up myself. Little color is okay. Just want them lightly toasted. Okay, I didn't save enough mayo to do this properly. So we'll cheat. Use a little of this stuff. Toasting bread with Jason. Another fine evening here on Twitch. Last 3 minutes to get units on the battlefield for Stream Raiders. I know we're a little bit messy at this point. We'll get there. We'll get there. And then for the photo, so photo time on this deliciousness here. These are looking gorgeous. I wants these These look tasty. Pictures, as always, will be up on the Discord and maybe Twitter tonight, and eventually maybe on Instagram. I'm getting tired with Instagram. I'm doing less and less. Much like Facebook, I gave up on Facebook essentially like 2 years ago. Now I'm weaning myself off of Instagram, I think. Give you lovely folks a proper view of what we're consuming tonight, or what I'm consuming tonight. How does that look, folks? I think that looks delicious. We still got 3 more on top of that for lunch tomorrow. Oops. Got 3 more of those for lunch tomorrow. Throw a little coleslaw on there with this. Actually, let's do that in a different pan. Or in a bowl. Coleslaw. Awesome. So I appreciate everyone joining me tonight. This is what we were trying to replicate here one last time. This is the icon from some stock database that Amazon chose for New World. And this is their Tarragon Poultry sliders. And this is my version. With homemade bread, cabbage, green onion that's been dressed lightly with some oil and vinegar. We got our seasoned patties that were marinated and mixed with green onion, a whole bunch of umami flavor, some fat so that they're not just lean turkey. And our mayo that's on there that I made from handmade mayo with a whole bunch of Tabasco and Frank's in there, so there's some heat in there. Looks nice, light, and refreshing right now, but there's a decent amount of heat there. And our hand-cut coleslaw. Let's do our battle real quick here. Our battle is ready. Victory! Victory! Woohoo! Well, thank you for helping me out with that. Entropy and Vogelflight with the kills and assists. Entropy and Vogelflight getting those rewards. Nice pickup there, Vogelflight, with the 50 gold. We'll continue on with Stream Raiders, starting off with a boss level tomorrow. So I will be back tomorrow. I'm going to be doing game stuffed apples tomorrow. Sort of an interesting recipe. And continuing on repeating recipes from New World. Gonna be doing streams tomorrow and Tuesday. Wednesday I am taking off. Thursday, Thanksgiving here in the United States, I will be doing a long stream. I am doing the Goodfellas prison dinner scene for my own Thanksgiving. So, meatballs and pasta, sausage, cold cuts, wine, scotch, lobster. I mean, massive dinner, but Italian style, not U.S. Thanksgiving. So hope you come and join me for that. Friday I'm taking off the day after, and then back on every day till the end of the month, doing recipes out of New World. I know we got bear flank, stuffed bear flank. We've got, I just got today the squid ink for our squid ink pasta and clams dinner coming up towards the end of the month. So I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. And I think I am going to call it a night here. I don't see a ton of people out there tonight that I'd love to say hello to, so I'm just going to end stream. Thank you all for joining me. Hope to see you again tomorrow. Thanks. Good night.